I already know what this is. It is Trehunna from Physique Reset, and today I'm gonna tell you how to lower your blood pressure with this one exercise.
Hey guys,
My name is Michelle.
Anita, Sarah, Leah, Peyton, Talia, Jazz, Marquita.
I'm a physique.
Product. Period. You love to see.
I'm going to help you get off your ACE inhibitors, calcium channel blockers, your beta blockers, your vasodilators. Why? Because you are somebody who is dealing with hypertension. By the way, which is the silent killer. Hypertension, you really don't feel the symptoms. You kind of don't know if you got it or not. What we're gonna do is we're gonna break down exactly what you can do, and hopefully in the next 2 to 3 months, you're gonna be off all your blood pressure medications. In order for you to understand how to lower your blood pressure, you gotta understand the root issue and what's causing it in the first place. As you age, your heart starts to stiffen. It starts to shrink. It starts to not be as flexible, and because of our food choices that we eat and sedentary lifestyle, we're not helping it out either. 1/5 of people are dealing with high blood pressure. So you are young as hell dealing with high blood pressure and you don't even know it. Why? Because you're dealing with some form of metabolic syndrome, you're dealing with a high BMI, you're dealing with a high LDL, you're dealing with a low HDL. Long story short, you're a little bit overweight. So the absolute #1 thing that you can do, other than cutting out your salt, that is not the main thing that caused you to have high blood pressure. You know what it really is? It is your lifestyle and your processed foods and your sugar. Yes, sugar, carbs, refined flour, added sugar. Why? It's because what causes your blood pressure to be high is not really the salt. What keeps your blood pressure raised for a long duration of time is what hormones your body is excreting. So when your body is receiving some form of carbs, and by the way, I'm not talking about Brussels sprouts, I'm not talking about asparagus, I'm talking about your Doritos, I'm talking about your French fries, I'm talking about the crazy sweet honey barbecue sauce you like to put on your chicken. Your body is going to break this down to glucose. Now when glucose is in the system, sugar is so toxic to the human body, especially at a high dose, that your body has to reallocate this energy to all the tissues immediately. Your body's gonna secrete a hormone called insulin. But what also follows insulin, by the way, carbs make your body hold on to energy, and another property, hold on to water. So if you're taking a diuretic, just cut out the carbs, that's the natural diuretic. But also it's gonna make your kidneys secrete a hormone called aldosterone. What aldosterone does, it makes your body retain more sodium. So when you have a crazy carb, your body naturally is gonna retain a little bit more of that sodium you having with it. So just imagine if you're at that Mexican restaurant and you having that queso and chips, and if you really pay attention to these fried tortilla chips, it got salt on it. So now you're having these tortilla chips, right, with this queso, totally fine, but some people make the queso with flour, but then you have that rice coming out, and you already know you're gonna put a little bit of salt in that rice. You might put a little bit of hot sauce on your fajita or on your food. That is sodium. So it's the concoction that causes high blood pressure. Not just the salt, it's the fact that you're having salt on top of a crazy carb. That's what causes high blood pressure. A lot of these processed foods, for them to mask how much sugar it has in it, we're gonna add salt to it so it don't taste sugary. So these processed foods, if you pay attention to it, that's why you see the sodium is kind of high and it got a whole lot of added sugar. That is a recipe for disaster if you are dealing with high blood pressure. The very first thing you need to cut out is not salt. Yes, you could switch out to dashes salt, right? But also you need to cut out processed foods. You don't gotta cut out salt. Your body actually needs salt. Your body needs electrolytes. We are running off electrical current. You need to cut out the super salty things that is masking this salt with sugar, or the super sugary things and then masking it with salt. Ask yourself why soda got sodium in it. The best exercise that you can do to lower your blood pressure is gonna be a vigorous exercise, or specifically get on that treadmill, speed 3.0, yes, incline 10 and up. And I want you to stay at that pace for 20 to 30 minutes. The reason why you really want to do the incline is because it's gonna make your heart pump a little bit more. But you want to do a speed that is still comfortable, but you're able to manage for 20 to 30 minutes, and you should be doing this at least 3 to 4 times a week. When you're doing a regular exercise, let's say you're just walking without the incline, right? Your body's receiving oxygen. So this is an aerobic exercise with oxygen. That means your body can do this all day. You're not doing no huffing and puffing. You can talk to your girlfriend on the phone all day long while you're on the treadmill, right? Because it's not on the incline and you're keeping a steady pace, but you're not really working yourself. Now, once you put the incline up to 10, and because you are now starting to sweat, maybe profusely, and you probably gotta keep up with it, right? And I don't want you to hold on to the sides or hold on to the TV like you're at Planet Fitness. I don't want you to do none of that. I want you to learn how to walk on this. Now your body cannot catch up. And now because you cannot get enough oxygen, your body's gonna want to start using glycogen, and through a process called glycolysis, your body's gonna use this as its main source of fuel. Now your body's gonna also produce lactate, or lactic acid. That's the burn feeling that you feel. But here's the thing. A lot of people don't know that this burning feeling is not just to torture yourself. This burning feeling that you're feeling is actually a signaling protein or a signaling molecule. Now, your body produces something called myokines. Myo means muscle, kine, which means signaling molecule, or in this case, signaling protein. A myokine actually tells other tissues what to do. So when your body is starting to produce lactic acid, then it's telling your brain to, hey, start to produce more BDNF, which stands for brain-derived neurotrophic factor. And ironically, what this does, it actually helps with neuroplasticity, and it actually helps with making your brain being a little bit more malleable. And that's why you heard people after they go for a run, they have a runner's high, right? They feel better and you're able to learn better. It helps with your memory, helps with your mental focus, and you feel good throughout the whole entire day. That means what? You're more likely to do it again. And also what this myokine does for your muscle cells, it helps your body produce interleukin 6, which is anti-inflammatory. This is gonna help you recover a little bit faster, and it's gonna help lower your blood pressure because it's gonna dilate. That's what you need. If you have high blood pressure, that means it's rigid, but it's gonna help your arteries and your veins dilate better. It's really that simple. So I don't want you to just walk on the treadmill. I want you to start learning how to push yourself. So yeah, it's not motivating when you notice that, hey, I can walk on this treadmill for an hour when there's no incline, but now when I put it up on 10, I only can do it for 20 minutes. I want you to keep doing that 20 minutes until that 20 minutes get easy, and now you can do 22 minutes. And now you can do 25 minutes. And now you can do 30 minutes. Work your way up, because your body actually needs, and your heart needs, vigorous exercise, an exercise that it is not accustomed to. That's what's gonna open your blood vessels up, alongside with the diet part that I talked about earlier. So you need to do a form of vigorous exercise, ideally 3 to 4 times a week, but hey, you're working your way up. It gotta be an exercise that you know you don't really like, but it's going to make you huff and puff a little bit more. So for me, I used to hate that Stairmaster. I promise you, you could not pay me to go on that Stairmaster. But it's funny because I was watching this girl on Instagram and she was telling people to, hey, I want you to do level 10. Yes, level 10 on a Stairmaster. Yeah, she kind of crazy. And for 20 minutes. Now I can literally do level 10 for 30 whole minutes without thinking about it. It didn't happen overnight. I had to work my way up. So that's what I want you to do, ideally 3 times a week. Push yourself on a cardio focused workout. So if you know you're on a Peloton just cruising and everybody's passing on the competition, try to actually move. If it's that rower, do the rows. If your knees are bad and you can't walk, get on that elliptical. Level 6 and resistance 8 to 9. These little things is going to help save you in the long run and help you expand your lifespan. Because if you are somebody dealing with high blood pressure, you have more of a risk factor or more likely to have an incidence of dementia, and you don't want to check out like that, and diabetes, which means now your body is literally inflamed. So just to give you an idea, if you're dealing with pre-diabetes, you're dealing with pre-hypertension. You probably don't know it. You're probably undiagnosed. If you're dealing with diabetes, you do have high blood pressure. So please make sure you're getting your comprehensive metabolic panels done at least every 6 months if you're dealing with these kind of complications. That way you are fully aware of what's going on in your body. And that way you can do these little tips that I'm telling you right now so you can lower your blood pressure. Because if you're under 40, you're too young to be dealing with high blood pressure. You're too young to be on any calcium channel blockers, some beta blockers, some ACE inhibitors. Shouldn't be on none of that. Just fix your diet and start focusing on moving your body more. Cool? Hope y'all learned something today. That's how you get off high blood pressure with this one exercise. And that's your reset tip of the day. That's gonna be stay snatched all the time. Know the summertime. Talk to you soon.